What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode review for Kaiju number 8, season 2. This is episode 8, and with me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
Yeah. Well, we more or less continue, or more or less conclude the Reno stuff, in which he's like trying to get a handle of of the number 8 suit. And of course, where we last left off, what was it? The lead captain of the division was considering pulling Reno off, from the mission before. I think what was it? I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Furuhashi helps Reno get back on his feet. Or actually no, technically he doesn't get up on his feet. Like Reno just he still continues the mission, but he mostly just stays the rest of the way as in a sniper position while Furuhashi takes on the kaiju himself.
Yeah, he basically tries to expose the core, and then Reno hangs back so he can snipe it and take out the core.
Yeah.
So yeah, eventually they end up taking down I guess the Honju class kaiju. They take it down, and we also get some flashback sequences with I also forget to commit that one guy and I think it was Shinomiya's mother, and how he kind of regrets that he didn't talk her out of taking part in a certain operation, which would have given her some kind of promotion. And of course that was the operation that she ended up dying in. So he kind of feels like he's...
It was more of a similar situation in which Shinomiya's mother was also taking part in wearing like a kaiju enhanced suit similar to what Reno is right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the captain of Reno's division, he does feel some form of regret for not stopping her, or maybe if there was a chance, if he did stop her at the from taking part in the project, then there was a chance that Shinomiya's mother might have survived that battle. But it's hard to say. I mean, it's because she more or less played a role in taking down the kaiju that ended up killing her.
Yeah, I mean, if that operation didn't kill her, something else could have killed her. So I mean, there's no way of knowing. But I thought that was interesting how I guess he was kind of in a way he was somewhat, well, he was associated with her, but he also, like I said, feels guilty about not having stopped her. But we also get this episode also focuses again on Kafka as well. After we get all that stuff with the Reno, it shifts focus back to Kafka, and he's basically just been training. Apparently, every day he's been training, with Shinomiya, or both him. I guess both him and Shinomiya have just been vigorously training to try to get stronger. And Kafka basically wants to be able to get strong enough so that he doesn't have to solely rely on his kaiju form. But he also notices that the kaiju form is slowly, starting to slightly erode at his body. Some of his skin is starting to come off, and the kaiju skin is is now kind of visible in his hand. But we also see him interacting with Hoshina, and Hoshina basically tries to in a way help him train. First he tries to talk him out of basically tries to tell him that he should never use his kaiju form ever again, more or less. And Kafka pretty much tells him there's no way that he can that he can fight without having to, I guess, at least somewhat rely on the kaiju, his kaiju form. But Hoshina basically decides to help him train so that he will at least be able to fight somewhat competently in his human form as well.
So Hoshina takes him over to this, this Japanese temple, where they end up training in hand-to-hand combat. I mean, as you can see, Kafka, it looks like he has improved in hand-to-hand combat a little bit, but he's as of right now, he's no match for Hoshina. in close quarters combat.
Yeah. Like of course Hoshina even observes that he's like made progress with his training, like that he's now at least able to, I guess, perform some moves and somewhat keep up with Hoshina. But at the same time, you can tell that Hoshina's he's not really taking it that seriously. Like he's kind of, well, not really like letting Kafka get away with, but I mean, he's not really like taking the fight like 100% serious. Like he knows that Kafka can't like beat him in a, like really beat him in a one-on-one fight. But a weird thing that comes up after this like training exercise is Kafka notices that there's some kind of I like some ghostly apparition or something just kind of like standing in the distance, and it looks kind of like some guy in samurai armor. I'm not really sure what that's about, but then of course it disappears and he doesn't see it again. So I don't know, maybe that's something important that'll come up later.
I don't know. It's just like it's just weird for that to just suddenly happen. I mean, unless it's something that it has some like innate ability that Kafka has with his kaiju form, but it just, I don't know. Like I was a little bit mixed on that little, just that random scene. I just feel like it felt like a little bit too random to me that Kafka can just see like a spirit out of nowhere and then it just suddenly disappears. And somehow I just don't feel like there's anything's gonna really come up with that scene later. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just felt like it just felt random out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, like I said, unless it's actually important and we're it's going to be somewhat relevant. But yeah, that, like right now it just seems like it was like, I'm not really sure what that was about. But I thought overall it was a good episode though. I mean, I liked it. We actually shift focus back to Kafka. Even though like all he's really doing right now is training and trying to get stronger. It just almost feels like after the everything with Kaiju number 9, that we're just kind of in the middle almost of like like somewhat of a training arc, I guess, with all the characters. That they're like with Reno, he's trying to get stronger with his new with that new suit, and then of course Kafka is trying to get strong enough so that he doesn't have to just rely on the Kaiju number 8 form. And then of course also Shinomiya is trying to get stronger too. So yeah, it just feels like that's where the story arc is headed now, unless something else is going to come up. But so far that's really all that's really been happening.
Yeah, there are maybe a few scenes I've noticed in which we get to see like some of the other members of Kafka's old unit. I think it was who was it? Like it was a blue haired guy.
Yeah. But that was just them like seeing that now, like I guess the news about Reno's accomplishments.
Yeah, and the fact that he's able to, I guess, have like some initial control, or just getting used to utilizing the suit. Of course, Kafka also notices this as well, but he has some reservations about Reno even using the suit because he's worried that I don't know, he's worried something similar might happen to him in comparison to what Kafka is going through. But of course, Shinomiya tells him like that that they're like their job is to kill kaiju, no matter the cost. So yeah, I mean we'll definitely see where it goes from there.
Yeah. Overall though, I thought it was a pretty decent episode. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it though. I don't know if you have anything else to say.
Yeah, it was a decent episode. It was more or less like just a conclusion to Reno's initial. I guess you could say it's more of a trial run for how he utilizes his new suit, and of course now I'm glad we finally get back to Kafka for a little bit. But at this point, like I don't know. It's like we're already like I don't know what they're gonna end up doing for the remainder. I would assume maybe 4 or 5 more episodes left. Because I don't anticipate them going after Kaiju number 9. Even maybe until like maybe late until into the season, and then we have to wait until season 3 just to find out what happens.
Yeah, I do kind of hope that the rest of the season isn't just like a training arc. I mean, I hope something does happen, but I also don't want Kaiju number 9 to show up again. I mean, I feel like they've kind of done everything that they could do with him so far, and I mean, I feel like there should be something else that happens aside from like Kaiju number 8, just attacking them or doing whatever he's going to do. But yeah,
I
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see like, I mean, unless like they throw in like another kaiju, like another big kaiju antagonist, maybe another like a kaiju
Yeah,
number 11 or something like
I mean,
that.
like
But
Kaiju number 9 is obviously supposed to be like the big bad, but it would be interesting if they had some other like kaiju that were also antagonists, because so far like there's only just like big kaiju that randomly attack cities, and there haven't really been any other like notable like main antagonists aside from Kaiju number 9. I mean, well, I guess Kaiju. What was it? The Kaiju from season 1. There's been the
number
thing.
10.
Yeah, number 10. So it's possible, so like maybe something could happen with him, possibly, even though considering he's currently like in that incubation tank. But I don't know. I mean, maybe they could do something with that. But yeah, like I said, I just kind of hope that the rest of the season isn't just like a training arc. I hope they do something else, especially like for like the season finale or something. But yeah, guys. That all being said, until next time, we will see you all later.